Will and Angie's on and off romance might have dominated Will Trent throughout its first 3 seasons, but the ABC show has a much more interesting story to focus on concerning the protagonist in Season 4. The 2 main Will Trent characters' relationships' prominent presence in the series makes sense, given their history. However, there comes a time when everyone must move on. Will and Angie understand each other like no one else ever could. That doesn't mean they'll end up together, though, and based on all the tiring conflicts they have faced, they shouldn't be endgame. Now, with Angie moving on, Will must do the same. But first, he needs to prioritize a new relationship that arose at the end of Will Trent Season 3. Will found his birth father in Season 3. Sheriff Caleb Roussard is Will's dad. Will Trent and Sheriff Caleb Roussard in Will Trent Season 3, Episode 17. During Will Trent Season 3's penultimate episode, Will learned that his biological father was Caleb Roussard, a sheriff from a small town just outside of Atlanta. It was by accident, though. The protagonist never actively searched for his dad, but sometimes the universe has other plans, and he just so happened to meet Caleb while working on a case. Will and Faith were called in to assist Caleb and his local police department's murder investigation in Will Trent Season 3, Episode 17. At first, Will and Caleb didn't take a liking to one another. The older man wasn't happy with the GBI's involvement in the case, while Will responded negatively to Caleb's cold welcome. However, everything changed when blood contaminated their crime scene. To differentiate the investigators' blood from the victims and/or suspects, the Will Trent Season 3 characters had to submit samples. Through those, Pete, the medical examiner, discovered that Caleb was Will's father, completely shocking both men. Caleb didn't even know he had another son, while Will was never interested in finding his birth father. The news made Caleb soften towards Will, but the GBI agent held strong in his apathetic attitude towards the sheriff, i.e., he was being stubborn. They still had to work together, though, which helped Caleb to start chipping away at Will's walls. In the Will Trent Season 3 finale, Will agreed to have dinner with Caleb and his family. They were seemingly both willing to put in the effort and get to know one another. So, heading into Season 4, the ABC police procedural will undoubtedly explore the development of Will and Caleb's relationship, which should take precedence over Will and Angie's romance. Will Trent Season 4 must focus on developing Will and Caleb's relationship. The ABC show would be wise to move on from Will and Angie's Will They romance. Faith Mitchell, Will Trent, and Sheriff Caleb Roussard in Will Trent Season 3, Episode 17. Aside from the paternity reveal, Will Trent Season 3 ended with Angie and Seth's surprise pregnancy. No one was more shocked to learn the news than Will. He was also evidently devastated, as he watched Angie and Seth fawn over their baby's first ultrasound. It was a scenario that Will had always imagined would feature him by Angie's side, not Seth. While some might expect, or want, Will Trent Season 4 to explore how Will handles Angie's pregnancy, the more intriguing plotline involves Will getting to know his biological father. It isn't how Will might use the pregnancy to finally get over Angie. While it would be great to see Will move on, it will be captivating to watch his and Caleb's relationship grow. Given Will's personality and the little that we know about Caleb, the 2 men will not make it easy on themselves to form a bond. As such, they are bound to encounter many obstacles in Will Trent Season 4. They are both stubborn, rather private, and emotionally closed off. So, it will be interesting to see if they are capable of building a close connection. Angie's pregnancy can't dominate Will's arc in Season 4. Angie is having a baby with another man. Angie and Seth in the Will Trent Season 3 finale. It would be disappointing if Will Trent Season 4 prioritized Will and Angie's complicated romance over his growing bond with his birth father. Angie and her relationship with Will have loomed over his character arc for 3 seasons. It's simply time for everyone to move on. And the cop show has the perfect opportunity to do so in the upcoming episodes. Angie has a baby on the way and a boyfriend to worry about. Meanwhile, Will has just found his biological father, and could be grieving someone who was like a mother to him if Amanda dies. Essentially, they have new and better storylines to focus on. It would be repetitive for Season 4 to circle back to Will and Angie's Will They romance. Yes, Season 4 can still explore how Will feels about Angie's surprise pregnancy. However, it can't loom over his character arc because it's not nearly as interesting as the protagonist's other storylines, like getting to know his dad. No matter what, Will and Caleb's relationship must take precedence in Will Trent Season 4, while Will's love life can take a backseat.